Hello everyone and welcome to a new monthly series, the Yokoi Kids Game Boy Game of the Month Club review. Now if you're not familiar with Yokoi Kids, it's a monthly Game Boy Game of the Month Club devoted just to black and white Game Boy games. And what happens is once a month there's a game that's picked and everybody plays that game that's part of the club. And then you can either write a review of it, you can film a video review like I'm doing, there's even a audio podcast thingy. So any way that you can creatively talk about the game that's the game of that month is perfectly fine. So this month I've chosen to do a video review, and I think I'm going to do that moving forward just because I think I'm better at this than writing, although I have written a couple articles already. And I'll put a link down here so you can check out the Yokoi Kids Club yourself. But this month's game is Kwirk. And this is a really cool puzzle game. This is actually one of my favorite Game Boy games and one I've had since I was a kid. So let's take a look at it.
So here's Kwirk, developed by Atlas and published by Acclaim. And that developed by Atlas is probably why this game is actually pretty good. And spoiler, this game is good. It's a puzzle game, which a lot of early Game Boy games were puzzle games, and this is an early Game Boy game. But this one I think is pretty unique and pretty fun. There's a few modes here you can see. We'll look at the first one, and we'll try it on easy mode. And you can pick a floor to start on. And then there's also this diagonal view and bird's eye view. I prefer the diagonal view, but we'll take a look at both in this review. And the object of Kwirk is to get to the stairs and get to the next level. And each level has progressively harder and harder puzzles to get through, be it turnstiles or pits that you have to fill with blocks. And the point of the game is to rescue your girlfriend there, Tammy. You're both tomatoes. Now, like I had mentioned, I got this game pretty early as a kid, and I've had it a long time, and I really do enjoy it, but I hadn't played it in a long time, so I was glad that this was actually picked as a game of the month, because it gave me an excuse to play it. I also found out while doing some research that this game was actually ported to the TurboGrafx-16, well actually the PC Engine in Japan. It was called Puzzle Boy there, and I'm going to have to keep a lookout for that because I'm a huge PC Engine fan as well. And I'm a big fan of Kwirk. The one annoying thing I will say about this game though is the music. It's pretty repetitive. Here, listen. I mean, even though he's tapping his toes there to it, it gets kind of old kind of quick. So I guess that really is the one criticism I could have of this game. So this going up mode kind of serves as the game's story mode, where you're trying to get higher and higher through the maze to go rescue your girlfriend, but there's not really any story progression or anything like that in the game, which is pretty common for a lot of early games. Later on, you'll have some levels where some of Kwirk's veggie friends, you'll see him there down in the bottom part of the screen, help you complete the levels. And these puzzles are puzzles that you couldn't complete with just one player, and you press select to switch back and forth. And I really enjoy these levels. These are fun. The mazes do start to become pretty difficult pretty quickly. I used to be able to get not all the way through this game pretty quickly, but I played it a lot as a kid and I had a lot of the puzzles solutions memorized, but as you can see here, that's not always the case. And thankfully, you know, if you do get yourself in a corner where you screw something up, you can pick to either redo the level or you can end it, which I've chosen to do here. so that we can check out the heading out mode, which is the other mode. Now this has an easy, average, and hard as well. And here you pick how many rooms you want to do, and you can go all the way up to 99, but we don't have time for that, so we'll do 5 here. And we'll check out the bird's eye view this time. And in this mode, it's kind of like a score attack. You try and get through the number of rooms that you picked as quickly as possible. I enjoy this mode quite a bit because you can pick, the number of rooms you want to do, so it sets a time limit to the game. So it makes it easy. It's something that you can just pick up and play for a few minutes when you have a spare few minutes to play something. Which has kind of become pretty common in my life now as I get older. Another great thing about this game too, because of the type of game it is here, where it's kind of a single screen game, it's actually pretty playable on the original black and white Game Boy as well. A lot of the blurring and stuff doesn't seem to be a problem here. I do enjoy quite a bit playing it on the Super Game Boy as well. So if you don't have Kwirk, I would definitely recommend grabbing it. It's not expensive. It was one of the early releases in the Game Boy's library, and it's pretty easy to get a hold of. I also, again, want to encourage you to check out Yokoi Kids, the Game Boy Game of the Month Club. It's a great way to get introduced to some fantastic games on a really underrated and what I think is one of the best retro gaming systems out there right now to collect for. And also check back here every month for the Yokoi Kids Game of the Month video review. And as always, thanks for watching.